Good afternoon. This is Mr. Fitz talking, and I'm here to introduce you to Desmos for your project, which is due on Wednesday when we come back. First of all, just want you to go to desmos.com/calculator and open up your Desmos and go ahead and start by plugging in our equation y equals 2x plus 3, and we can get started. And when you go ahead and do that, notice that you can click on this red button here to turn it on and off. So if you want to see what it looks like without and how it changes, go ahead and click on that. And over here in the gear, the edit list, you can change your colors and you can change the style of your lines. So I'm going to make mine blue. Now let's make it red for the angels. Why not? And there we go. Okay, so now we have our line. And there's a few other things we could do here with Desmos. We can zoom in and we can zoom out. We can click and drag and move around our frame. And we can click on the home, which gets us to our default zoom, which is -10 to 10 and about -5 to 5. And one more thing we could do is click on the settings here, and we could change it from projector mode on and off. See how the lines get darker and more visible. May be helpful for you guys to see. And we can change our windows here manually. As you can see now, our left side is up to down to -100, and we can change our right side to go all the way over to 100. So we change our window, and of course, if we want to get to our default zoom, we just hit that home button again right there. All right, one other cool feature about Desmos is the ability to plug in inequalities into the graphing calculator as well. And of course, you know, with inequalities, it is a multiple set of solutions in which we would indicate by shading on a number line. So we're going to have a very similar thing happen here. So if I change the equal sign over here, this equal sign to an inequality symbol like less than, see how it shades to the less than side of our line. And of course, we get a dashed line. It's very similar to having an open circle. So if you would like to include shading in your picture, this is how you would do it, using that open or that inequality symbol greater than or less than, as you can see. Change it back to our original equation, y equals 2x plus 3. All right, the last portion of this video is the discussion about restricting your domain and your range. So we're going to use these curly brackets to restrict our domain, which of course are the x values. And imagine we wanted to cut our line off right here. So we only wanted this portion of our line between x equals -3 and x equals -1. So we would make an inequality that says -3 is less than x is less than -1. And as you can see, it only shows that portion of our line. So in your image you only want this piece of a line, you would use this domain to restrict that. Okay? And go ahead and feel free to pause and repeat this portion of the video so you can get a nice full understanding of restricting the domain. And we'll do some other examples. So maybe we would like to restrict our domain from x equals 0 to x equals 1, just this little piece. We would say 0 is less than x is less than 1. And boom, there we have it. We have our line right there. And of course, we can turn it off and on. We can click on the gear to now again change the color if we want to change the color and the style of the line too. So we have lots of different options. Okay, and that's our discussion of domain. And of course, the range is very similar, except the range is the y values. So as you can see, if I replace that x with our y, we can restrict it from y equals 0 to y equals 1. Let's have a few more examples of how to restrict our range. So let's delete this here and start off fresh. And imagine we wanted to draw the portion from y equals -5 right here up until y equals 3. So we run just from here to here. Okay, we would write our inequality saying -5 is less than y is less than 3. And as you can see, we only get that portion from -5 right here up to positive 3. And that's how we restrict our range. If you have any questions about the settings and the using of Desmos or about restricting domains or ranges, feel free to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, and please tune in for the next video. It'll be our first introduction to graphing quadratics, which is y equals x squared. See you there.